Well, hey everybody, it's Kempo Jones with another episode of the wonderful world of baseball cards. Doing a quick vintage pickup thread. Picked up some, I would consider it just lower end vintage off some YouTube auctions. I've really been enjoying Greg Morris cards. Does a lot of set breaks, and I get turned on to just singles that I've been looking for. As I've said, I've been drifting to Raw, which I really enjoy, and have a long-term plan to possibly submit some of these down the road, maybe in a 5-year plan, but not right now with just the glut of slabs out there. And I am continuing to wait for a further cool down in the grading market, because none of this stuff honestly would be worth grading, but I'm just adding nice cards to the PC. And the first card that I'm going to show is completely random, but I got it for a reason, and it ties back to this card, which is the 1985 Topps father and son card of Roy Smalley. 1985 Topps was the first year that I really opened packs. In fact, I may have opened more packs of 85 Topps football than I did baseball, but we'd go up to the drugstore, we'd ride our bikes up there, we'd buy 10 packs of 85 Topps, like grab a whole corner of the wax box, and we'd sometimes shuffle packs around to get an empty box to get the cards on the bottom of the wax box. But when I saw these father and son cards that came out in 1985, it turned me on. It was like, whoa, that looks so old. That's such an old card. And this subset right here is what opened my eyes really to quote-unquote vintage baseball cards. So without further ado, I picked up a 1954 Topps Roy Smalley. It's a great looking card. It's like this ties directly back to my childhood. And, like, this is kind of where it all began, honestly. Especially being a kid who grew up in Wisconsin and seeing the Milwaukee Braves. And this seemed so old when I was a kid. And so it all kind of comes back. It all kind of comes back full circle, if you know what I mean. So 1954 Topps Roy Smalley. I picked up a 1955 Bowman Lou Burdette. Arguably one of the top pitchers in the National League in the 1950s. Multiple string of double-digit win seasons, was a hero of the 57 World Series when the Braves beat the Yankees. He won 3 games in that 1957 World Series. So Lou Burdette checking in. I saw this. I thought it was a great looking card. I love the pose. I must have been in a kind of a Milwaukee Braves mindset when I was getting this, but I just thought it was a super cool card. I love the color TV set of 1955 Bowman. Kind of an oddball here, and the player is definitely an oddball. Rube Waddell. One day I will own his T206 portrait card. Actually, probably both of his T206s someday. But for now, I've got to settle for his 1960 Fleer. And it's just a great looking card. I think most of us know a lot of the lore of Rube Waddell from the Ken Burns baseball series. Loved fire trucks, was fascinated with fires. I think he would change into his uniform on the mound. I think one time he left the game to go rescue some people from a fire. So one of the greatest, most colorful characters in baseball history. And so this is my Rube Waddell right now. And I love it, and it's a great addition to the PC. old Rube. Another card that I love, that I've been eyeing for a while. Was looking for a slab on this at one point. Slab, I hate that term. Was looking for a graded example of this at one point, but just decided I'd get a nice raw one. 1965 Topps Paul Blair rookie. Also Davey Johnson, of course, the manager of the 86 Mets team, but Paul Blair, highly underrated player, cornerstone of those Orioles teams of the 60s and 70s, and also a key contributor in those Yankees teams in 77 and 78. 8-time Gold Glover, 4-time World Series champ, 2 with the Orioles and 2 with the Yankees. And just kind of one of those unsung, forgotten players that we've got to keep their memory alive. So 1965 Topps Paul Blair rookie, along with Davey Johnson. Love that card. That card's been a long time coming for the collection, and I'm super, super stoked to have it. Another one of my cult heroes, 1965 Topps Rusty Staub. As I've mentioned before, the only player in MLB history to have more than 500 hits with 4 different teams. This is his 3rd year card, and this was the year they switched from the Colt 45s to the Astros, so we've got a nice blank cap. But 1965 Rusty Staub checking into the PC there, finding his proper place amongst Roy Smalley, Lou Burdett, Paul Blair, Rube Waddell, etc. And then I picked this up in a YouTube auction, this lot. Always intrigued by it. I need to get the 66 through 69 card. And I've got to get his all-time home run king. I'm going to just find a raw copy of the home run king card and a raw copy of the 66 through 69. But I love this set. I remember the Pete Rose subset in '86. Another subset as a young collector that really turned me on to vintage. And hey, it's a Hank Aaron rookie right there. And I've always been really intrigued by this subset, and I love it. There's 58 through 61. Topps was, this was pretty forward thinking for the day. This was Topps beginning to recognize their history, I feel like, in the hobby. Here's 62 through 65. And then we've got the gap. We're missing the 66 through 69. And then we've got 70 through 73 here. Just really, really fun. I got these all in a lot. I've been eyeballing these for a while, and once again kind of looked at graded copies of them and yeah. I mean, I love graded cards. You see me show graded cards all the time, but certain things, like, it's just nice to have these beautiful cards. And like, this is so great, like Hank Aaron rookie right there. It's great stuff. And then, believe it or not, we've got a little football. Love my football, and I've got 3 cards here. 1963 Topps Don Perkins. UNM Lobo, my alma mater. So I gravitated towards him for that reason. One of the all-time Lobos. One of the top Cowboys of all time. I think he's number 4 in rushing behind Emmett, Dorsett, Elliott, and then I think Don Perkins. And an interesting tidbit as I was kind of prepping for this video is that he ended the segregation policies of the Cowboys with players rooming together. Don Perkins kind of spearheaded that. And he was a big mover and shaker advocate in the Albuquerque community after his retirement. So I thought I'd pay tribute with a nice, beautiful 1963 Topps Don Perkins. Definitely going to be looking to get his rookie. Unsung quarterback, two-time Super Bowl winner, Native American, Jim Plunkett. Won with the Raiders in 80 and 83, took over for Kenny Stabler. Zero hobby love, but I love the 72 Topps. And I saw this Plunkett rookie and had to grab it. A forgotten guy, but he won 2 Super Bowls with the Raiders. And back in the good old days of the Oakland years. And then finally, I picked up a 72 Terry Bradshaw. His second-year card. His rookie's always been a highly sought-after, desirable card, but it's a little out of reach right now. So I thought a nice 72 Bradshaw, and as I said, I'm a fan of this set, along with the 1970 Topps set. So I thought a nice 72 Bradshaw would fit the bill. So that's it. Just some nice, good old-fashioned vintage baseball, a little vintage football. Keb Bo Jones, Wonderful World of Baseball Cards. I'll see you soon. Later.